Hello, and thank you for joining us today. In this webcast, we're going to explain the value of embedding the legal entity identifier, known as the LEI, in annual financial reports for both individual organizations and for the greater public good. GLEIF just published its 2019 annual report in XBRL format, and with the LEI embedded, we are using this to showcase the significant value that embedding the LEI within financial reports can deliver. With this webcast, we'll show you just how easy this is to do. But first, I'd like to offer a quick introduction to the Global Legal Entity Identifier Foundation, known as GLIFE. GLIFE is a not-for-profit organization founded by the Financial Stability Board and endorsed by the leaders of the G20. It has regulatory oversight by the LEI Regulatory Oversight Committee, known as the LEI ROC. Simply put, GLIFE enables people and businesses to make smarter, less costly, and more reliable decisions about who to do business with. We do this through the Global LEI Index. It is the only global online source that provides open, standardized, and high-quality legal entity reference data, all free of charge. You can find out more about GLIFE on our website at gleif.org. Our duty is to oversee and ensure the legal, organizational, and technical integrity of the global LEI system. We manage a network of partners that we refer to as the LEI issuing organization to provide trusted services and open, reliable data for unique legal entity identification worldwide. In today's webcast, we'll cover the latest regulation for annual financial reports, which may impact your organization, the role of the LEI and how it can add significant value to this process, and we'll also walk through a demo of embedding the LEI in financial documents step by step to show you just how easy it is to do. First, you might be aware of the new regulation from the European Securities and Markets Authority, ESMA, which came into effect on 1st of January 2020. This regulation requires listed companies within EU regulated markets to prepare their annual financial reports in a specific format, the European Single Electronic Format. And the LEI is mandated for identifying the filing firm. This means that all listed companies must publish their annual financial reports using a standard digitized reporting system, which has two features: XHTML, which is human readable and can be opened with any standard web browser, and iXBRL to enable reports to be configured and machine readable before publication. These formats make reports more easily accessible to users. At the end of this webcast, you'll also find further resources in the case you require some more information on the European Single Electronic Format specifically. As your organization prepares for the European Single Electronic Format, we want to outline the value of simultaneously embedding the LEI. The LEI is a 20-character alphanumeric code, which is unique to your organization. You get the LEI once, and it will never change again. It contains key information about your organization. Embedding your LEI into your report is very simple and delivers significant value and industry benefits. Benefits include increased trust in the authenticity and integrity of the documents and easier data aggregation. It is also supported by ESMA as a best practice. In publishing our 2019 annual report, we aim to act as an example of how quick and easy this is to do by embedding our own LEI within both the annual report as well as the digital certificates of GLIFE's signing executive offers. This is the second year that we have done this, and it is a successfully tried and tested way. So let me show you just how simple this is. You can see here GLIFE's annual report webpage. And I'd like to demonstrate first the difference between the 2014 report and the 2019 report. You'll see here for the 2014 report, you have only one option, that is to download as PDF, versus for the 2018 and 2019, you can now either download as XBRL file, but interestingly, open in the XBRL inline viewer. When you open the 2019 report in the inline XBRL viewer, you will notice right away it is much more dynamic and also quite interesting to look at. So first, I will demonstrate some of the user interactivity, and I will show by clicking on the Global Legal Entity Identifier Foundation. You get additional information on the right-hand side of the page describing the means of identifying the organization, and importantly, a link to the LEI. By clicking on this LEI, I then go to the GLIFE website where I get the additional detail associated with the particular organization. And I will scroll through the report and then show you some of the interesting new features that are specifically around the financial statements. Here you will see that they are much more interactive. And I will start first by showing the statement of comprehensive income. So when I click here on the fee revenue, you will see on the right-hand side in the fact properties area, again, a definition according to the IFRS accounting standards. You also have some features such as being able to apply charting and visualizations, given you have more than 1 year in the XBRL format. And again, this is all tied to the LEI. So you can very easily associate each of these descriptives to the company itself. And I'd also like to discuss an additional feature of this report, and that is the security. So I am telling you that this annual report comes from GLIFE, but how can you be sure that is the case? In theory, anybody could create an annual report that looks like this and claim it is from GLIFE. So how can you be sure that you can trust this information? A first indicator is the digital certificate associated with the web browser. So you would see that this website is indeed hosted and controlled by GLIFE, which is also represented in the annual report. But anybody could make this report accessible via a database, for example, a vendor product, or posted on another server, and then you wouldn't have that clear connection. So what we did in this case was to use a cryptographic means to ensure that the document itself was sealed and that no one can tamper by that. You'll see here, if I click in the upper right-hand corner, there is several digital certificates that appear. And I'll walk through the sequence of these signatures. The first signature is from the CEO of GLIFE, Stefan Wolf. And this demonstrates that these are the financial results of GLIFE. Furthermore, if I click on this particular signature, you will see some additional details regarding who issued the certificate, but also in, again, a machine readable format, the certified role of the individual, that being CEO. And importantly, that this is a qualified certificate in accordance with the EIDAS EU regulation. Stefan then passed this report to the chairman of our board, who also applied his digital signature, and then it went to the audit firm as for the GLIFE to demonstrate to the recipient of the report that these numbers have been reviewed. So this annual report can be accessed via any server in the world, and people could still trust that this document comes from GLIFE as the source and that nobody has been able to tamper with it. This makes everyone's life easier, and it's not just annual reports that can be used in this method, it's also documents, contracts, etc. So it's an example of how to utilize this in a very simple fashion. Let's go back over the benefits again in greater detail. There is greater end-user trust in the authenticity and integrity of the documents, automated access to the aggregated data on the filing entity, thereby enabling end-to-end machine readability, increased transparency for end users on an entity's ownership structure, and improved ability for regulators to minimize market abuse. Applications of this are limitless. It allows organizations to demonstrate they are publishing highly trusted data, and it enables your compliance with the mandatory use of the LEI in the European single electronic format. We hope that you found this information useful. If you would like more information, you can visit any of the resources on this page, and you're welcome also to get in touch with the GLIFE team via info@glife.org. We've also included some links related to the European single electronic format. We thank you very much for your attention and listening today, and we wish you good luck with your upcoming reporting, and goodbye for now.